All right, good evening, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We've got a few more people just coming in, but I'm going to start this off anyway. And yeah, here we go. It is just gone 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. So I'm going to start out by saying this time next week, you will have run, walked, crawled your way all the way around a Hebridean island. And not just any island, you are going to be running around a unique and special place. All the islands have a certain uniqueness about them. I was going to say this is the jewel in the crown, but I'm aware there's runners from lots of different islands coming to Tiree, and all of the islands have a uniqueness and something really special about them. And Tiree is no different. And yeah, you're going to experience that uniqueness and a special place that Tiree is. This is the 9th edition of this event, and I feel that each year it gets better with what you bring to it and what as a community we deliver. So you're about to run the best edition yet of the Tiree Ultramarathon. So with that in mind, yeah, welcome to the 2023 edition of the Tiree Ultra. Yay! Go on, give us a cheer. Give us a little cheer. Thank you. So yeah, and we've got this briefing here, so we can just have a little chat. We can go through a few things so that you get the very best out of your weekend. I'll try not to go on too long. I've got a few notes and there's loads of stuff on the website. So yeah, so next Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be gathered on a beach on Tiree, ready to run around the coastline. It's going anti-clockwise around the island. Keep the sea on the right-hand side. Easy, done. That's it. That's all you've got to do. So that's next Sunday morning, but let's rewind just very quickly. So hopefully you sorted out your travel and accommodation. You're coming on the ferry from Oban or the flight from Glasgow. Just the one thing I'll say about that is the ferry tickets. I know CalMap booking has been really tricky, but there are, sorry, I'm just going to mute everyone. But there are definitely foot passenger spaces and they're available to book now. So as was rightly pointed out on the Facebook group, there was a time when all of that was blocked off, but CalMac have opened that back up now. So there were over 400 places still available. But for whatever reason, CalMac knows they were blocked out, but that's available. So anyway, hopefully you've got your travel sorted out, you've got your accommodation sorted out. Bike hire, it's myself that does the bike hire, and those are all fully booked now. The other place that does bike hire is Black House Water Sports, and failing that, there's the Ring and Ride bus, which needs to be booked in advance. All the details are in the briefing notes, so you'll see that. You've got your accommodation booked and you are good to go. If you haven't done any of that, then probably your option is going to be walking from the ferry and pitching up a tent at one of the Croft sites or wild camping near Gott Bay. So if you've not done any organisation, that's probably your best bet, but hopefully you're sorted. Right, so that's your logistics. You also probably know already that registration is on Saturday, and that's at the lodge. So come along, pick up your race number, get your goodie bag, get the chat. And if you need to collect goodie bags and race numbers for other people, that's fine, you can do that. And any changes that you need to make, just come and find me at the lodge. So that's on Saturday, 3 till 6. We'll have a team there doing your registration and I'll be there. So if you do need to make changes, just come and find me. Yeah, and on that point, I know it's probably quite a while since you signed up for this event. So if anything has changed, particularly with medical conditions, anything that we do need to know, then let me know. Or even better, drop me a little email. Right, other things you need to do before the start, drop bags. 3 drop bag stations, checkpoint 1, 2 and 3, and you've got the opportunity to prepare a drop bag and we'll take it to the checkpoint for you. You can leave that with us either on Saturday or on Sunday morning before the start. Easy. On the drop bags, just make sure it's clearly marked with your race number and which checkpoint it's for. So either checkpoint 1, 2 or 3 and your race number. And if you want to put your name on there as well, you can do. Relay teams, you've got a chance on Saturday to let me know your running order and any changes. And you can take the race numbers for all of your team at registration. And it's up to you to be at the checkpoint changeover points on time for your runner coming in. Right, so that takes you up to Sunday morning. You've done all those things, you got to Tiree, you picked up your race numbers and everything, you've dropped off your drop bags, and 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, we're back on that beach at Gott Bay. Piper is playing, and you've got 35 miles, 14 different beaches ahead of you. So what I'll perhaps do is just quickly just bullet point a few things to help you get around the course. If you've got any questions, by the way, perhaps something that I've gone through already that you're not sure about, you can put something in the chat. Actually, I see there's one comment in there already, or you can just save it until the end. Okay, so yeah, you're back on that beach, 8 o'clock Sunday morning, ready to go. You're going to get your feet wet. It's that kind of course where you're probably going to get wet feet right from the start. They're going to dry out a little bit and they'll get wet again. So with footwear choices, you've probably made these decisions already, but just something that is going to be suitable for mixed terrain, that is tried and tested. And the same with all of your kit, actually, stuff that you've run with already that you know works for you. You've got mixed terrain you're running over: beach, grass, rocky outcrops. There's some road sections, so something that works well on all of those different things. Sorry, other people still coming in. You have got a course that is well marked out to follow, and you've got marshals around the course. People do ask about navigation, and I would encourage you that it is well marked out, but you do need to be aware that signs can get trampled over by cattle, and the mist could come back down. It might be difficult to see all of the signs. So if you're familiar with the route, that will help. So I'd encourage you to look at the website, look at the map on there. And yeah, you're not going to remember all of it. I know that's not realistic, but if you've got a rough idea as to where the course goes, and as you're going around the route, keep your map handy and just be aware of when you get to each checkpoint, have a quick look at the map and know roughly what's coming up. Be aware of the key features so that if you do go off the course and you need to get back on it, it's not the first time that you've looked at your map. Okay, hope that makes sense. And just a point as you're going around the course, it's going to be testing for everyone, isn't it? So whether you're one of the runners right up at the front, or maybe if it's going to take you the full 10-hour cut off to get around the course, we're all going to get tested by it. And yeah, there's marshals out there to help you through it. You've got your aid stations, your drop bags to help you. But if you do get into difficulty as you go around the course, let a marshal know, preferably as early as you can. So if you feel like you're getting into difficulty, let one of the marshal stations know. If you're not at the marshal station, then phone headquarters. The number will be printed on your map and it's on the website as well. So give headquarters a call and we can coordinate any assistance. And if you can't do either of those things, then inform one of your runners and let the next marshal station know. You'll be taking the kit list that's on the briefing notes. So within that, you've got emergency cover, so that if you're forced to stop, you can put that on so you don't get too cold. So these are your responsibility to take reasonable precautions to look after yourself. We've got our team of marshals out there who are there to help you around, and they're there to support you should you get into these difficulties. So yeah, navigating around the course, clearly signed, a team of marshals to get you around there, and actually the support from the whole community. And I think for those of you that have done this event before, you'll know that from this event. And for those that haven't done this, this really is a community feel to this event. You've got an island community that is really behind you, that is going to be cheering you on and wants the best for your experience on Tiree. The flip side of that is, I suppose, your responsibility as a runner going through mostly working farmland. All the crofters around the course have always been incredibly supportive and helpful. And I suppose just mentioning a few things which shows that respect, and that shows that respect back to them, is, well, a couple of things is just generally being respectful and sorry, a few more people coming in there, but particularly with things like closing gates. So you'd be going through a series of gates around the course. So unless they're clearly propped open and haven't been closed for a long time, can you make sure you close the gates behind you and securely fasten them? We've got a no dog policy. So that's just a strict policy. So if you're running, then it can't be with a dog. you're running through fields which will have livestock in them, so it's for your safety and that of your fellow runners. And if you've got spectators who are coming and they've got dogs, that's fine, of course it is, but if you can choose the place that they spectate wisely. So plenty of beaches, and make sure the dog is under control or on a lead at all times. Other things, litter, we don't need to say this, we're all on board with that, no litter. And it's worth pointing out that there are minimal toilet facilities around the course. There's toilets at Hynish, which is at checkpoint 3, and in Scarinish towards the finish line. And apart from that, just in the way you go about things, be respectful of the place that you're in and responsible with how you go about things. So no toilet products left around the course. Phew, right. I feel I've just kind of waffled through some points there, but I suppose I just come back to remembering why it is we do these challenges, and why it is that events like Tiree really appeal, and the reasons that you've signed up for a challenge like this. The challenge of running 35 miles, the personal achievement, the challenge for your fitness, the challenge for your individual accomplishment, but all the reasons that are bigger than just us. And I know over the years, the causes that people have run for, and sometimes those are very close to our heart, sometimes it's for our own mental health, but a lot of those causes are for charities and organizations that do essential work. And I suppose what I'm saying is that remember the reasons that you do this event. There's loads of good reasons out there, and this is a sort of event where we're in this together. And yeah, we do prizes for our top finishers, and we do finish times, but everybody's achievement is worthy of celebrating. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the start line, and I look forward to welcoming you as you cross that finish line. So that's got you around the course. There's hot food at the lodge served all afternoon. You don't need to book a table. There's evening meals served at the Scarinish Hotel, which you do need to book. And we've got our closing party, or our runners Ceilidh, at the Scarinish Hotel, which is at 8 o'clock. And we've got the Cornaig Ceilidh band who are playing that. So that's a local band playing. It'll be a really good night, and that's at the Scarinish Hotel from about 8 o'clock. We'll do a prize giving probably about 9:30. What else? Monday, we've got a big cleanup. So we'll do a cleanup, and the idea is to try and get in as many of the signs as we can. There'll be a prize for the person or the group that gets in the most signs. So last year, there was a bottle of Tiree gin. I think it was Jenny that took that home with her. So Monday, if you're still around and you fancy getting in some signs, come and do that. And in the evening, we'll get a little meetup, maybe a beach picnic and a swim, and possibly a little yoga class, a little sunset yoga class. So if you're still around on Monday, look out for that. I know what I was going to say to you. Time penalties. I think we should introduce some little time penalties here. I know it's tempting to look at the weather forecast, but we know it's going to be mixed, and we know it's going to change. So I think we should have a time penalty for anybody that looks at the weather forecast between now and about Wednesday. So no looking at the forecast until midday on Wednesday. Okay, we'll all sign up to this, and if you look at it, you get a time penalty. And if you post a copy of the forecast on the Facebook group, DQ, gone, you're out. Okay, so this is a group agreement, midday Wednesday. Okay, got it. I don't hear anybody objecting, so we're done. What else? Cut-off time, 10 hours I mentioned. Yeah, about 10 hours. If it takes you longer, that's cool. We'll be at the finish line until you cross it. Anything else? I think that's it. I kind of feel like that's been quite formal and there's a lot there, but probably you knew all that stuff anyway. The information's on the website. And really, I don't know, I'm just getting excited about next weekend, about it all coming, about you guys all arriving, and yeah, lining up on that start line. It really is a special event. You're going to love it. And yeah, I think by the time we get to the Ceilidh in the evening, which you will save some energy for, Yeah, awesome. Bring it on. So without me waffling on anymore, if you have any questions, do you want to either pop them in the comments or you can unmute yourself? And while you're doing that, there's a question already. Is there a bag drop at the start? Yes, there is. So you can either leave your drop bags at the start, so like before the start line, or you can hand them in on Saturday. I think that's what you meant, isn't it? So drop bags either on Saturday registration or just before the start. Go for it.
Hi, can I just ask, we're running as a team of 2, and if one of us has an injury then and can't run, would it be a case of the other one has to do the whole course, or could they still run half, or how would it work?
You mean like before the event starts, in the run up to it?
Yeah, we were out for a run this morning, and Michael's got a bit of a knee niggle, but it might just go away and that's fine, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, gutted, Michael. Yeah, well, look, why don't you see how that works out over the coming days, and let me know on Saturday, and you can decide then. So either we'll just make it work. You might find that there's somebody else that is looking for a relay partner, or what did you say? Has the other person got to run the full distance? Yes, you have to run the whole 35. Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll make it work. So let's have a chat on Saturday, and we'll make a decision then.
Okay, and just the checkpoint, how do the checkpoints how do they work? Is it like checkpoint 2, would that be half the way round?
Yeah, so the checkpoints correspond to the relay changeovers. So checkpoint 1 is at Poole, checkpoint 2 is halfway at Ballavoulin, and 3 is at Hynish. So for the pairs, changing over at Ballavoulin, and for the 4s, it's at each one of those.
Great, that's great, thanks.
Cool. Somebody's asked on the chat, is there a park run on Saturday? Yeah, pop-up park run, 9:30 Got Bay. So if you're up in time for that, pop-up park run.
Chat. Oh.
Hello. Any other questions? Is that it? No more questions? Wow.
Hi, Will. We've got a question, but I can't get you back on the screen.
Oh.
I'm entered as part of a 2-person relay, but the other person is obviously the person I think that has registered, because I haven't had any emails at all. So we had to get this link passed on from somebody else that's entered the whole thing. So should we let you know? So I'm with Wendy just now, who has taken place of the other person who's obviously registered. And I have messaged you, and you said just to speak to you on Saturday at the registration, and we can change the name.
Sounds good. Yes.
Yeah, so it was just to see if we could maybe, well, I just message you later just with an email address for either Wendy or I, so that if there is any correspondence prior to us arriving, that it will come to one of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah. So for any of the relay teams, actually, it's signed up in one person's name, so that person is the point of contact for the whole team. Yes, I understand with yours is different because that point of contact has changed. If you've emailed me, maybe I've just missed amending.
No, I haven't emailed you. I just messaged you. You did reply to me right away to say there was no problem changing the name, and just to speak to you at registration. But it was just I'll message you again in the group just later, just to let you have one of our emails addresses so that we're up to date.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Well,
yes.
I'm the other one with Anne. So will the race number be in that email once we've managed to get that changed over, so that we know what it is to put on all our drop bags, etc.?
Well, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yes. Yes, I've left that a little bit vague because I'm still coordinating a few other, just the way things work out. Right, leave that with me. I'll put out race numbers with confirmed race numbers so that you can do that. They're definitely confirmed for all the solo runners, but for the relay teams, it's always a bit of a. In fact, relay, you don't need drop bags, do you, for the relay teams?
Right. Okay. No, probably not.
I was thinking that there's 2 of us, so I would probably
leave it with me. Yes, leave that one with me. I'll get that one sorted, and I'll get race numbers out as well.
Later, well then, with Wendy and I, both our email addresses, and you'll make sure that the race number comes to us rather than the person that's actually registered, because I'm not really getting any correspondence from her. So that was why I just wanted to make sure that we,
Sure.
you know, like I am second.
Race numbers on the Facebook page. And do you want to just pop me that in an email and then we can sort that out?
Yeah.
Because that's specific to your entry. Cool.
Yeah, do that. Okay, thanks, Will.
Perfect.
Sure.
I'm just reading through some questions in the chat. So we've got any chance of early registration after Park Run? Oh, because you're on the other side of the island. I'm going to say no to that one, unfortunately, probably because we won't be set up at that time in the morning. In fact, I know we won't be set up, and I'm not sure I can use the lodge at that point. So no is the answer to that. I missed the start of the call, and you might have said this already, but is there transport from any of the checkpoints back to the start if you're in a relay? There is no. So that's up to you to make your own way to and from the relay changeovers. Just a quick point about transport. There's the Ring and Ride bus service on the Saturday, so that runs on Saturday but not Sunday. So for those of you who are struggling to get to the start line, if you've not got your travel planned to get you to the start line, just put something out in the Facebook group. So car sharing is a really good option, and there will be other people coming from close by you. If you've done that and you're still really struggling, let me know. But just a quick point that the Ring and Ride does not run on the Sunday morning. There's not really been that much demand for it before. I had a chat with AJ, and he just confirmed that they're not doing that, but he is doing Sunday night. So if you're looking for a lift back from the Kaylee, that is available on the Sunday night. Can you briefly describe each of the 4 sections? What should we expect? I possibly could, yeah. How easy is it for the spectators? I'm going to come back to that one. Sorry. How easy is it for spectators to cycle? Very easy. Very easy. Tyree is very cyclable, I suppose is what I'm saying. And if you look at the map, you can see that the distances aren't great. So on a bike, perfect. Is there anything we need to print out beforehand for the relay? Nope, I don't think there is. And you get a copy of the map in your goodie bag. Each of the 4 sections, so coming back to that, what would I really say about them? Yeah, there's 4 sections. They correspond to the 4 relay legs. Yeah, each one has its own section, I suppose, but they're all going to cross beaches. They're all going to go up sort of grassy farm tracks. The hilly part is over towards Heinisch and Kenavara, so that is all in leg number 3. So it's in between checkpoint 2 and 3. So if you're in a relay team, you'd be the 3rd person in that team. So they have the hillier section. And I'd say the flattest, most road and flat beach section is probably the last bit. That's the run from Heinisch up through towards Crosspole and then over through to Scarinish and finishing on Got Bay. And yeah, legs 1 and 2 are a mixture of different terrain. Sorry, I've kind of gone the wrong way around there, but yeah, I hope that kind of helps. They're all a similar length, but the hills are in that 3rd section. Okay, any other questions? No. Okay. All right. I can see some of you look like you're already en route to Tyree. I'm seeing David and Louise in the camper van. Hey guys, where are you? Oh, you're waiting to board a ferry. Okay, so David and Louise ahead of the game. Excellent. All right. Good stuff. Well, I'll get those things sorted out. I'm glad you asked about the numbers, because there's me asking you to put your numbers on the drop bags, and I've not posted the numbers yet. So thank you for asking that. I will get that sorted out. I'll get it emailed to you, and I'll put it on the Facebook group as well. While I'm talking about emails, my server went down at the start of the week, which was really convenient because I lost loads of emails, and there are a whole chunk of emails that I'm not sure whether they got sent, and I'm not sure if I received everything. So that took about 4 or 5 days to try and get fixed. So if I haven't replied to you, then apologies for that. It could be because it's just lost out there somewhere. So I will put anything that I email out onto the Facebook group as well, and on the website. Right. Kitty, have we forgotten anything? I think we're good. All right. Okay, unless there's any last questions. Oh, yes, there are. We're not on the Facebook group. Oh, okay. Is there Wi-Fi on the island? No, but there's 4G. and it's Vodafone or O2. And we've got an offer of a lift from Seamus. Okay, cool. Right, I'll take those comments. Yeah, Seamus is offering a lift. Cool. So if you're not on the Facebook group and you can do a lift, let me know and I can put that on for you. Anyway, right, I think that's us. We're good. Go away, read up the notes on the website, get yourselves ready. Don't look at the forecast until midday on Wednesday, and I'll see you next weekend on Tyree. Okay, everyone, I will see you there. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.